Hey everybody, John here from All Miniatures Great and Small, and today I've got Mark in the studio with us.
Nice to see you.
We're going to be playing some Team Yankee. So, back by popular demand, Team Yankee, people have been asking for Team Yankee for quite a while. And this is going to be the first time we've been able to play since the pandemic, at least on camera.
It's like a couple of years at least since I played this. I mean, we played a few weeks ago as a little test game, but
yeah,
it's been a long time otherwise.
We've got a few 40K games under our belts, but we haven't played Team Yankee in years.
Nope.
So, and you're the only one I play Team Yankee with,
right,
except for tournaments, really. Jake plays occasionally, but we'll see. So what we're going to do is we're playing a 100-point battle. I'm bringing the U.S. Army, and Mark has the Russians. It is just a straight-up Russian list.
It is, yeah. There's nothing mixed in, no allies. It's just straight-up Soviet list, yeah.
All right, so I'll go through my list first. It is basically a M3 Bradley armored cavalry troop. So it's made up of one M3, not the upgraded one, M3A1, I guess it is, as the HQ. Then two sections of M3 Bradleys, one section of M1A1s, so two of those, and then two Apaches, and that's my core formation. So it's interesting, that list, the Apaches are in the core formation.
Nice. Yeah, definitely nice.
If I had more time, I would have built four total Apaches, but I only have two in the list. And then supporting my list, I have 4 Sergeant Yorks, a flight of 4 A-10 Warthogs, and then a M2 Bradley Mech platoon. So that's the infantry. They traded in their M113s, and they brought their Bradleys, and those have been upgraded to the A2 for an extra point. That's a easy upgrade because you get 4 of them upgraded for one.
Yeah, no, that's almost a no-brainer, it seems like. Even though I love the way the original one looks.
Yeah.
You know, I like it more than the new one, but yeah, stat-wise, it's really hard not to upgrade. Maybe not on the armored cap, because it's 1 point for 2 models, right?
It's 1 point for 2 models.
Yeah.
Except for the HQ, it's 1 point for 1 model in the HQ to upgrade. It's like, so I didn't do that.
Yeah.
I didn't do that one. And then last but not least, a HMMWV fire support platoon. So it's 2 Hummers with tow 2s. So that's my list. Now I took A-10s, like 4 A-10s. Normally air power does not work well for me, but
not for me either.
I wanted some inspiration to finish my A-10s because they've been sitting on a shelf for years, half painted. So I knocked them out, got them done. This might be the only time I ever play with all 4, but
unless it just tears up the whole army, we'll
see what happens.
Yeah.
All right, why don't you go over what you brought? Mark?
Okay, I'm looking over there in the distance because where this field is. So I have a T-80 battalion. So I have a T-80 as an HQ and 2 units of 3 T-80s. So not the shock, even though I want to try that. This is just the regular one for right now, so I can try a lot of different units. Within that formation also I got a BMP-3 company, so it's just the 4. I did not add the additional one, so it's 4 BMP-3s and their associated infantry. I have 4 Shilkas. Make sure I get that standard AA in there. I don't have the Tunguskas right now, so it's going with the Shilka. 3 Carnations to give me some artillery support, and then 4 BRDM 1s or 2s. I think they're 2s. BRDMs anyway for reconnaissance. That's my core formation. And then support, I have a BMP-2 company. Same thing, just the 4. Did not add the extra track with the surface-to-air missile or whatever, the grenade launcher. It's just the 4. I have 3 of the Storm anti-tank tracks, and I did upgrade them to the Spiral 2. And so that's a little bit more punch.
That's kind of scary. What is that, 20?
I think it's 24. No, it's AT-24, but the big thing is what I need is it's got good range, which is kind of nice if you get line of sight. And then I also have 4 Heinz. They did not upgrade to the Spiral. I wanted, it's an extra couple of points I'd like to, but I did not have the points for that. And unlike some of your American lists, I guess you don't have to, whereas if you go tow 2s, it's the whole army has to be tow 2s.
Yeah. And
this one I don't have to go all Spiral 2s, so they're just the regular Spirals. And I have 2 giant SA-8 Gecko missile systems. I just love that model, so I have to field them today. And of course I have an observer for the Carnations too, so I can at least try to range a little bit easier. That's always a problem, especially with terrain on the table. Yeah. And I think that's it. I think it's my 100 points. I don't think I'm missing anything.
All right, there you go, guys. So we'll be back with the table set up and deployment. All right, we are deployed. We rolled the mission. Mark, we got encounter. Yep. So we are down. We had to put 40% of our forces in reserves, delayed scattered reserves, that is. Do you want to go over what you put in reserves?
Yeah, I will. So, tough goal to know if I wanted to go really aggressive to begin with, and then put some safer things in reserve. And so, I put my Hinds in reserve mainly because I got to clear AA before I can even try to do anything with them. So, Hinds in reserve. I did put one T-80 platoon in reserve. That might be a mistake, but that's, you know, that's 22 points, so it's a big chunk. And then also the BMP-2 company is in reserve too, and it was exactly 40 points. So I have my AA on the table, I have my artillery on the table. I don't have a huge punch straight off the bat, but I did spearhead some BRDMs up, which gave me a nice little jump up for some T-80s up to that point here. So, yeah.
All right, well, and then if you haven't played Encounter before, the way that this works is I placed 2 objectives, one there and one over there in that field. The American flags. Mark placed his objectives here in this wood and over here by the quickie marked. Basically, there is no time limit there. You won't have to wait till turn 6 to win. If you get on the objective, you can win on turn 1, theoretically. And then, as far as what I have in reserves, I put my Apaches in reserve. So my helicopters are also in reserve. I think we're thinking the same thing. Yeah. And my Mech platoon with their Bradleys. That's a pricey unit. And then my TOW-2 Hummers are in reserve. So deployment-wise, Mark, you've got your T-80.
T-80's there, but I had to put the HQ here. I couldn't, otherwise he would have been exposed to some early TOW. Well, actually, you count as moving first turn, so I guess that would have been okay to put him there. But you could move up some Abrams. So he's here. So tanks over here with a little bit of AA support. A little unsupported, but I kept my infantry over here and the BMPs, plus some anti-tank assets on this area right here. So hopefully they can hold that as a little anchor and move around. And then just artillery and AA in the center there. Yeah.
All right, looks good. So yeah, that's kind of a scary thing, because to counter that on this flank, I only have 2 Bradleys in those woods. And then the bulk of my army's here. Now they can go either way. With a cross-check of 2+, I'm not too worried about starting in the woods because I can get around pretty well. But I've got my M1A1 Abrams back here, and they're pretty fast, so they can go either way. I've got my Sergeant Yorks in the woods to counter the Hinds when they eventually come on, and then Bradleys and the HQ Bradley. I also have A10s, which if I happen to get first turn, I can't.
That's true.
I can't roll for them. Yeah. But if you go first, then I can bring them in. Yeah. All right, so let's go ahead and roll for first turn.
Okay.
All right. Well, that's a 2.
That's a 2.
We're gonna do this. Okay. And a 3. Okay. I'm going up. All right.
5. Okay.
So Mark has the first turn.
Yes.
All right. We'll be back after this. All right, Soviet turn is done. Mark, what'd you do?
It's a little cagey. I did not put myself in firing positions because I needed 6 to hit, ready to fire 1, and then the return volley is usually pretty nasty. So just moved up a little bit here, waiting for my second turn. They kind of stuck around here, trying to stay out of line of sight. Armored cars. If I'm on a road,
oh yeah, they were here.
I'm always gonna dash these guys. So they're in the open. I mean, they're definitely a huge target. But they're not going to do much over there with all that armor, so I brought them down this area to see if they can survive. If you pick on those, I guess it's not a bigger deal for me. So
yeah.
BMP-3s moved up. They took a dash as well. Again, just needing 6s, it just doesn't seem like a viable tactic to kind of get in the open and take some shots.
Yep.
And I did a cross order for these guys. One did not make it, and I just brought these guys to the edge of the woods here to get some line of sight.
And those are the...
they're Spiral 2, so they're AT-24, I believe.
Yeah, so they're your most deadly AT on the battlefield.
Yeah.
Although they're like front armor 3.
They're fragile. Like yeah, they're very fragile.
All right, sounds good. So, and then there's going to be no shooting from the Soviets. It's because you couldn't fire bombardment.
No bombardment first turn. Yeah, everything else was dashing as well. So.
Yeah. All right, well, it's going to be on to American turn 1. Alright, Mark was kind enough to remind me I should roll for my planes.
Big debut.
Here we go. Do the A10s show up on a 4+? You know, Harriers are almost tempting because they show up on a 3+, but
we always want the A-10s to show up, don't we?
we want the A-10s. That'd be nice. All right, here we go. No, not this turn. And this does not bode well because lately when playing with Jake, either my air power comes in every turn or they never come in.
It's so swingy.
It is.
It should almost increase. Like if you fail, maybe it's a 3-up. But
would be.
I've had a game where air has not shown up the entire time. It's such a horrible investment when that happens.
It would be nice. Yeah. Okay. All right. So I'll go to my movement phase. Okay. All right. Well, Mark, not too much movement on my end either. I did some strategic moves just to be able to shoot at you a little bit. I don't want to give this wing over to you so fast because this blitz is scaring me. So one of my guys made a cross check, so he's going to be able to shoot down over there at your BMP-3s probably. Over here I blitzed my company commander over to be able to see down that way. And I moved my Abrams over just a little bit to get a shot at the one Spiral 2 guy. What is the name of that vehicle?
A Storm.
It's a Storm.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are cool. Is that a plastic kit? Just
resin.
It's a resin kit.
Resin and metal.
All right, and then I think that's it for my movement. I might be more aggressive if I got my A-10s in, but I didn't, so that's fine. Maybe next time. All right, so let's go into American shooting. All right, so these two guys are firing 4 shots at that
guy dead.
Storm there. Normally you're hit on 3s, 4s because you're concealed in woods. You're not gone to ground because you just drove through the woods. Sure, and I have advanced laser rangefinders on here, so there's no penalty for long range. Yeah. So it's just straight up 4s. All right. Could be bad. Well, for that guy, it is. Yeah, all right. Yeah. So that's a 4 2-up firepowers. Yes, certainly, I can't fail this.
No.
Okay, he's dead. All right.
Yeah, he's definitely dead.
All right, so that's 1 down, and we'll move on to the next unit. Company commander, since he blitzed, he can fire his tow missile.
Yep.
He's really the only target of consequence is that observer over there. If I kill him, it makes your ranging in harder.
It really does.
But you didn't move, so you're gone to ground. You're concealed. Normally hit on 3s. That turns it to a 5. So we're looking for 1 shot on 5.
I see this going badly.
Oh, no, okay. Let's get those 1s out of my system for firepowers. These Bradleys are going to open up with their Bushmaster 25mm cannons. 3 shots into this platoon targeting him. So you're out in the open, so that's just a sweet, sweet 3. And we got 2 hits,
so 1 on each one,
which is enough for this guy, and he can see that guy partially. I guess I'll go straight to firepower for those. Anti-tank 8 versus your front of 1. And it is a 5-up firepower. So this my primary target bailed out. Next guy bailed out.
Okay.
And then going over here, this guy is going to fire at your BMP-3s, but I can only see 1. He's going to fire 2 shots. Normally hitting on 3s, but 4s, you're just out of short range there. And we equal 4, but not enough. All right, and with that amazing amount of shooting, the Americans are done. I did kill that thing, so I'm going to consider that a good turn.
Yeah.
So we'll see. So it's on the Soviet turn too. So for first part of the turn, Mark's got some remounting to do.
Yes, so actually got a nice little 3-up remount, so I'll do the first guy. He does. And the second guy, he does.
All right. So I might as well have done nothing. On to Soviet movement. So Mark has a Storm back there.
Yeah, so I'm going to try to do a blitz with these to get a missile off.
Okay.
It is a 5-up, so we'll see if I'm successful.
Okay,
it's a 5. Now, can he cross? More importantly, let's see if he can.
He does.
Okay. We'll move him up 4 inches. And I don't know if this guy will have a shot. Yeah, I'm going to do the same thing here, try to move him over. He does not.
Okay. Oh. Soviet movement is done. What'd you do, Mark?
Decided to go for it on this one. So since I didn't lose anybody over here, and they're only front armor 3, right? These are the lesser ones. I decided to. So these guys stayed still, so they get full rate of fire because they can still do some damage there. And there's no extra shots here. I moved up my BMPs, moved up my recon. 1 BMP couldn't fit to get some shots in, unfortunately, but that's okay. And yeah, so that's that flank successfully blitzed. So obviously with this one guy, he got bogged, so he can. Well, he actually does not bog. He just doesn't move.
Yeah, he
right?
failed his cross check.
So he moved up, and we'll take a shot, hopefully, at the Abrams. And over here, the big, here, exposing those Abrams on the side. So I put a hard push up with the T-80 since they can move 14 is kind of nice.
Yeah, I didn't expect you to move that fast. So you got some juicy side shots on my Abrams.
I pulled out my HQ to come up to do some little bit of support. Not the best place for him right now, but I'm hoping he'll be a little bit safe at least to start out with. And AA coming over to give him some support too.
All right, sounds good. So let's go into Soviet shooting. Mark's going for smoke.
Yeah, I'm going to try to seal off my commander. Let's go ahead.
Protect him from tow missile bait.
Yeah, basically for at least for this turn. So let's go range it in. I'll just do all three together, right?
Yeah.
So I think I need 4s because you're using a specialist.
Because you've got your observer.
Ooh,
that's close.
Yes, last one.
So you got 3 units, so you got 12 inches of smoke.
Right.
Yep.
Okay.
And the smoke is down. BMP3s first, right, Mark?
Yep, so 2 shots each. I've only got 3 that can fire. Going in with the cannons at the Bradleys. So I will need...
Normally I'm hitting on 4, so 5's for concealment.
Okay, that'll be 6 shots total.
Okay.
1 hit.
One. All right, so these are the M3, the front number 3 guys.
Okay.
So what is it, AT-10?
AT-10, yeah. Then we'll place it on this guy right here.
Okay, and I can't bounce that with my front number 3. So
okay.
Let's go to your firepower.
5 up. Nope.
Bailed out.
Okay, BRDMs are going to take some shots too. We got 2 here that did not move, 2 here that did, so they can only target, well, he can only target that one for sure. So these 2 will target here. These 2 guys will be that one.
Sounds good.
Hitting on 5, so
looking for 5s again.
Didn't move. Ooh, these dice are not doing
okay.
well. Okay.
And then these 2.
Yep.
Hey, got 1.
Anti-tank 5.
All right, so my front armor's 3, so I need a 2 to equal. So that's a bounce.
Okay.
All right. All right, this could make it a very quick game, Mark. If these guys are successful, they're going for the Abrams.
Yeah.
It's going to be just straight up 4s because you cannot get concealment from the woods at all. So there you go. So just 4s.
4s. Let's see. Hopefully these dice are going to be a little bit better than the last. So let's see.
You've been saving it up for this part.
Oh, okay.
Oh, holy cow.
There we go.
All right, so 22, and I'm sure that's all my side armor,
I believe so.
So you just want to...
I'll go 2 into the... Let me just take a look where the target is here. Actually, the 2... Well, he's got to hit that one, right?
No, he can hit both.
Okay, so yeah, 2 in the outside guy.
This guy?
And 1 in here.
Okay.
Yep.
So just don't roll double 1s.
Yes. Okay.
Let's see it.
All right.
Okay. He's done, and then the other guy.
One. There it is.
Bailed out.
Of course.
Okay, well that was good that you checked that. So we are bailed out, but you've got
1 shot. The missile
over there.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think we've got some short train possibly in the way. Was it open? Oh no, it's not.
No, it was open.
Okay. All right.
You've got advanced laser. Oh no, it's guided. For
guided.
That. So just a straight up 4.
4. It hits.
All right, so this one I might be able to do something.
Yes.
So my front number is 19 versus 24. So I need a 5 to equal and a 6 to bounce. So let's see that 6. Nope, firepower.
3 up.
All right, remount test, which I believe is a 2 up for an Abrams.
That's
okay,
so he's no matter what.
So he's destroyed, he's bailed out, but that's not good. That's a lot of points you killed.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, any other shooting?
No, everybody else has done that thing. I mean, I don't think he has a shot, right? I don't think he has.
Maybe.
Nope. No, he doesn't. Not seeing enough of it because my attack's in the way.
Gotcha. All right, so on to American turn 2. All right, so that was kind of a rough turn for me. Morale's going to really, if morale goes good for me, I might be able to come back, so we'll see. But first, we're going to see if the A-10s show up. My company commander's screaming on the radio for air support.
Bring those suckers in.
We need some, so let's see that 4 up.
Oh,
we got some.
There we go. Turn the tide.
All right, so then we're going to get a 4 up remount check here. Otherwise, these guys are testing. So 4 up, 2. He does not get back in, so these guys need a test, which I believe is a 4 up as well. So they're gone. He blows up and he drives away. And over here, we got a 2 up remount test. So he stays. And then he runs away on a 4+.
Well, no, 4 is good. You want a 4.
And he runs away.
Wow.
Okay, so that's my whole flank has collapsed. All right, so on to movement phase. All right, American movement's done. I'm kind of excited. I'm not going to lie, Mark.
I don't blame you.
You killed my Abrams, but
you're going to take some
damage. But, well, you'll see. Watch this. You'll probably shoot them all down.
I doubt it. The odds are pretty much against that.
So my thought is I bring them in here rather than go against your high-value tanks first because I have nothing to cover this objective easily.
Yeah.
So I need to eliminate these guys for now, and then hopefully these Bradleys can hold those guys off for a turn or two. It's going to come down also to reserves and where they come in.
Reserves are going to be an issue.
It's going to be a big one. So I think that's it. And then I moved out 2 of my Sergeant Yorks to get some shots on that scout, and 2 failed at cross checks. And I did some moving here in the woods. He stayed put so he can get a TOW 2 on the T-80 shot. But otherwise, that's it for movement. So why don't we just go with the exciting part? If you want to go with your AA first.
So obviously way out of range of these guys.
Yeah, the Shilkers are out of range. So what are those? The
SA-8s, the geckos.
The geckos.
Not Geico. Say 15% if I can get some 5s.
All right.
So it would be, I think you're forced to hit normally, right? The planes?
I'm forced to hit normally.
But the woods will make that a 5.
And how many shots do each one of those beasts
3
get?
each.
Nice.
Yeah. So I'm looking to 5. So
you could shoot down the whole squadron, but...
Yeah, unlikely. But if I get 2 hits, I'll be happy with 2 hits with 6 rolls. 2 hits. There we go.
Okay.
So I will.
Average.
I'll just place it on the last 2 fellas right here.
Let's do, and it doesn't really matter for me because
everybody's in command.
Yeah, everyone's in range of their targets. All right, so it's a 3-up save.
Oof.
It's funny, the save of an A10 is worse than a IL-2 Sturmovik, which gets a 2+ save in Flames of War.
Which is insane.
It's just crazy. All right, here we go. So 3-up. We'll do the farthest one on my right first. 3-up. He's good.
Loves
the
it.
next one is good.
Loves
All right.
Ooh, is this gonna hurt?
It is. So that's so those guys have shot.
Mm-hmm.
Then over here, we're gonna go with the cannons, Mark.
Yeah.
So let's come back with that. All right, let's do the fun thing. We're gonna open up with that 30mm Avenger Gatling cannon. 3 of these A10s are gonna fire on the BMP3s, and then 1 guy is gonna fire on the scout platoon, the BDRMs.
BDRMs, yeah.
BDRMs. That guy that's firing at him is, the way this works is if they're within 4 inches of terrain, tall terrain in this case, and it's between them, they get cover. So I'm going to hit them on 4s and these guys on 3s. So let's hit the little scout cars on 4s. Maybe I'll find a sound clip of the Gatling cannon and insert it here. All right. Okay, we got only 1 hit on those guys. That's enough to auto pen.
Mm-hmm.
We'll do firepowers in a sec. Because still, this is good, but the firepower is still like only a 5+, I think. All right, and then these guys are hit on 3s. So let's get rid of these misses. That is 5 misses. All right. So the firepower is going to be 5 up for the Gatling cannon.
Okay.
So it's
2, 2, 2, 1.
Yeah, 2, 2, 2, 1. So what we'll do is we'll put 1 hit on this back guy.
Okay.
If you want to do, I guess I go straight to firepower. Yeah.
Because you hit me from behind. So.
Anti-tank 11 versus your side armor 2 or 3.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll go 2, 2, 2, 1.
Sounds
That's
good.
the order I'll roll them.
All right.
Looking for 5s. First guy is
So I'm going to do
double
bail
bailed.
and remount. Yep.
And the second guy is double bailed. Third guy is destroyed. Fourth guy is bailed. And then the 1 hit here on the scout car is bailed. Ugh. Only 1 firepower with all those hits. But you owe me
You owe you 2 remounts,
2 remount
right?
tests. Yeah.
Okay, and I think they're 3-ups. So I'll do the same order from the outside to the in. First one destroyed. Second one is okay, but bailed out.
Okay. Next up, the Sergeant Yorks. Only 1 can see that scout car right there in the road. It's a moving rate of fire of 4. Normally you hit on 3s, 4s for range. So let's see if we can do this. We got 1 hit on him.
Oof.
And then it's anti-tank 7 versus
yeah, so
your...
see if it hits, because my turret is facing forward. So because that's a 1 on the top turret, it'll be a 0 on the side.
Gotcha.
So 4 up, you hit my turret.
So yeah, 4 up, I hit your turret, and I hit your body.
Body. So it's going to go 0, goes to 1 because of the armor.
Yep.
I mean, sorry, because of range.
Range.
And so I need a 6 to at least
Equal.
No.
And then the firepower's 4 up for the Sergeant York. We got him.
Yeah.
Okay, and over here we've got some, well, we got 1 tow shot, so we'll be back for that. Alright, next up, this Bradley's firing a tow 2 missile at, we'll go this closest guy. It's just a 3. There's no, it's a guided, so there's no range penalty, and you're out in the open to him. So let's see what we can get. We got a hit.
Okay.
So it's 23 versus your
20.
20.
And you put on the
This
guy.
guy.
I'm going to try to switch it over to the next guy.
Okay.
This
So
is
3 up to swap the hits. Mistaken targets.
Okay.
You do.
He does. I probably needed that for my save right now. So 20 versus 23. Nope.
Oh.
There he goes. Penetrate.
Alright, and it's 3 up, I believe, for the tow 2, so let's see what we get. Got him. A little revenge for the Abrams. Hey Mark, you got your some remounting to do.
I do. I'll just go down the line. So I'll start with the
It's all
BRDM.
3 ups, right?
Yep.
Okay.
BRDM.
That
Gets
fella,
in.
He's in.
And then the BMP3. He does. And the other BMP3 does not. So they'll have to test.
That's a test. And nothing else is bailed out.
No.
So their
Test for the
morale is, I'm sure, 3 up as well.
I think it's a 3. I'll roll and double check if it's close. It should
So
be good.
it should be good. All right. And that's on to reserves.
Roll for reserves. Just a 1.
See
right?
that 5 up? Yeah.
Yeah.
No. Okay. All right, Mark. Movement's done.
Yeah.
What'd you do?
So committed. So I moved up BRDMs to come on to this objective here.
Okay.
I brought the BMP around, even though I think it's going to probably make him do a morale check next turn. But I think if I can take out the Yorks, that takes out their ability to move over and contest that objective. So that's my goal there.
Gotcha.
Rushed up, same thing, to pressure 2 objectives. T-80s came up here. Commander did get to within 6 inches to try to help out here, put some shots on the Bradleys. And also the Chilkas are coming up to take a couple of shots on the Bradleys, but also just create that air umbrella.
Push it out a little bit further.
Yeah.
All right. Sounds good. So on to shooting.
Okay. Okay, so he's got 1 Sergeant York he can see, so he's going to take that shot there.
He's firing over
Straight
here.
up 4, right?
Yep, unless he's going through that smoky vehicle, but I don't think so.
No, he's yeah, down the
Okay.
same gap.
So 4 up.
He misses.
All right. Well, that's good.
So I can just move around to the BMP.
Okay. BMP.
Yep.
He's going into
Same thing there.
Okay.
Yeah, with his cannon. So 2 shots.
2 shots, hitting on 4s.
Nothing. Well, that's
Well,
going to be a problem.
I needed that. Okay.
Yep. Makes it more interesting, at least.
Well, yeah, if these guys died, I might have been able to swap over here 1 hit. But
True.
Maybe. All right.
Let's do the Shilkas first.
Shilkas.
Yeah. So I can't remember if you determined what that was.
Yeah, that guy's just out of the 2 inches.
Okay.
But
So
the other
we
2
have-
should be good.
Yeah, so 1 in short range and 1 at long range.
Yeah.
And I think it's 4 shots, I believe, for moving.
For moving?
Yeah.
That sounds good.
Okay.
Shilka's up next.
Yeah, and it's only going to be the 1 because he's long range, so it'll be an automatic bounce. So I'm just going to do this one.
Yep.
So it hits on 5s.
Let's see some 5s.
1 hit.
You got 1. Okay.
Just don't roll a 1.
Front armor 5, and I think my turret is
Yep.
good. So I'm oh, there are my dice. Oh. So I'm just looking for not a 1 right here.
Good.
I take out the fence, so he bounces it. T-80 command tank.
Yep.
My
It's going
Bradley.
into there. Needs a 5.
Let's see it. Survey says
Nope.
1. Okay.
And then,
These 2 T-80s into that Bradley.
well, let's see if we can get a hit. It's been a rough start so far.
More 5s.
Oh, 1 hit.
All right, let's see
Okay.
that 2+ firepower mark.
You going to keep it on that guy?
I think so, because either way, both these
Might
guys
be
have a
within-
shot.
I might be within 8 anyway. I am.
Yeah. All right. So
Okay.
let's go. Let's see that.
There we
Okay.
go.
That's 1 dead Bradley. And this doesn't bode well for the way I've been rolling morale checks. Carnations are going to try to drop a bombardment right here on these Sergeant Yorks.
Yes, indeed. We're going to try and see
So
if we can knock something out.
You've got your observer
Observing
there.
right there. Yeah, so we're going to, it'll be normally on a 5, so it'll go to a 4.
That's
First attempt.
hey, nice. All right, and then I'm hit on 4, so
2
you
hits.
got both of them. All right, your plan's coming together. What is the AT on that?
It is. Pretty sure it's 4.
Okay. We'll go with the guy on my right first.
Loves life.
And then the guy on my left. Nope. So if it's a 4, that's a penetrate.
All
All right, so firepower.
3 up firepower.
Bailed out.
Nothing else.
All right, so that's it for the Soviet turn. Mark, how do you think? Are you pleased with your turn?
Yeah, no, I mean, it wasn't, hitting was poor, but I'm not complaining. It's still, I got a lot of pressure still. Another Bradley's down.
Yep.
So, no, it's good so far.
All right, sounds good. So we're on to American turn 3. Can I get some reserves, please? All right, we're going to try to remount our Sergeant York. Let's see a 4-up. Nope, so he stays bailed out. Kind of needed him back in his tank, but oh well. And so that's it for...
and he's within 6 of another tank, right? The guy over there? Because he's who's
that's the HQs right there,
okay.
so
you're good.
We're good for morale. And then we're going to roll for reserves. Can I get...
a morale and a Bradley, right?
Oh, the morale here. This Bradley unit is down to 1. So let's get a 4-up. My company commander's right here, so basically it's a re-rollable 4-up. Okay, we're good with the 4. Now, let's see if we can get a 5-up for reserves. No. Let's see if we can get a 4-up for more airplanes. No. All right. So that leaves me very few units on the table, but we'll see what we can do. All right, I need to do this, even though I'm going to drive him out here and you could probably still kill him and win the game on your turn, but what I'm going to try to do is blitz. I'm almost exactly 8 inches away, so if I move 4 inches forward, I can contest and try to kill someone. So, but this requires a 4-up blitz. And we got the blitz, but I need to make a 3-up, or no, 2-up cross-check. 2-up cross-check, that's not so bad.
Oh,
okay.
There you go.
Alright, so that's good. Movement is done. We'll see what we can do. Not getting air, and not getting reserves.
20 points. Yeah.
I mean, reserves, you shouldn't get them on the first turn usually. But that's 2 out of 3 turns without airplanes. Alright, so he blitzed. He's gonna, these guys are too close, but he's gonna shoot at the company commander. And we'll go ahead and we'll start with that. We'll start with the exciting stuff. We'll do the company commander into this guy. So that's just going to be a straight up 3. And we got it.
Okay.
Of course, you could bounce it. It's only 23 versus your front armor 20.
Well, I could not
You can't not fail those armors.
Sure can.
And let's see that. Well, bailed out. So that works well for you. And then he is going to take a shot at your company commander. And let's see. 3 up there as well. He misses. All right. That one, right? Yeah. All right. This might be last gasping breath, but we're going to fire these 2 Sergeant Yorks into the what are those? Shilkas again. All right. So there's a nice concrete wall giving you cover, so it's going to be 4s, but it's 8 shots coming at you. So, but we only got 3 hits. Okay. So we'll do the first 3 guys closest to me.
Okay.
And it's AT7 versus your...
Which is probably going to be about a 1, but I'll check. I'm going to try to bounce this to this back guy.
Okay.
Okay.
And the 3-up, mistaken target, works.
Okay. And then you're going to pause on to see if there's anybody within.
All right, front number 1.
Yeah, I need a 6. So we'll go 1, 2, then 3.
Okay.
This one. Yep.
Hey, possible bail. Penetrate, penetrate.
Okay.
Your possible bail on a 4-up. No. Penetrate, destroyed, and bailed. Soviet turn. So Mark, you could win on this turn.
Well, I got to get in, right? So
you got to get in.
So I got BMP on the other side here.
All right, so you're mounting it up.
He does.
He's back in.
So that makes them good.
That platoon is good. And you've got a Shilka over here. Another 3-up. He's back in.
More importantly, though, the T-80.
Did you say? Did you lose all your good morale?
Right? Okay.
Let's see that 3-up. He's good.
Okay.
So
that's good.
Yeah, I don't know. And now you get reserves.
2 dice, right?
But your helicopters are going to come in and just finish me off.
Well, with the Yorks, we'll see. 1
got 1
comes
in.
Let me figure out what I want to bring in.
All right, Russian movement's done.
Yes.
Let's go over what you did.
Okay, so luckily I remounted pretty much everything.
Yeah,
so that's
you did.
good. Moved up my T-80s, supported by the commander. to try to get within that 8-inch range to force him to have to move blitz or to try to get the toes off.
Yeah, yeah. The toe has a minimum 8-inch range.
Yeah, and then I also brought on my Hinds. They're basically out within 20 of the Bradleys. Can't do much about the Sergeant Yorks here, but I wanted to be sure I'm outside of that guy, just in case I don't take care of the Sergeant Yorks.
Okay.
And then the BMPs moved around, one to get a shot here. He's out of command though, but he'll take some shots there.
Okay.
And they're just staying on the objective. That's pretty much it.
So you can win by killing him, or
Unless you get
killing him.
Unless you get reserves on that spot.
No, it's
That's the beginning of my turn.
if you start your turn contesting and you end your turn holding it, you win. That's the new victory condition. I'll double check with Team Yankee because that's
really
the Flames of War way to do it.
Wow, I was not aware of that one.
Yeah, yeah, it's a little bit more brutal. It stops defeating one tank in at a time.
Interesting.
So we'll double check the Team Yankee one, but I'm pretty
That's-
sure it's the same way now.
Okay.
Right, Storm Shot.
Yeah, he's not doing anything, this guy, but I'm going to try. Yeah, Sergeant
You
York.
really haven't needed him though, have you?
That's true. That's true.
So it's just a 4.
4 up. And misses.
Okay, so his friend's not doing much either.
Nope.
Okay. Our BMP3s.
Yep, so he's out of command, so he's going to have a +1 to hit that guy, so he's going to be hitting on 5s.
All right.
Nope, there's that 4.
Okay, and he is targeting that guy.
One. Yes, so let's see if I can get that.
And those are the hits you wanted.
Yep.
So that's my side armor. You're AT-10, right? So just go straight to your firepowers.
Okay, I think it's 5 up. Oh, it's a
You
6
got him.
there, so, okay.
All right, well, that's the game for sure, but we can continue going on
Okay.
over here.
All right. I'd like to try to get some Yorks first.
Sergeant
Let's
Yorks?
go- yeah, let's go ahead and knock some Shilkas into the Sergeant Yorks.
Okay. The mighty Shilkas are opening up.
Yeah, 1 stationary, 2 moving, needing 5s. And that's quite a lot, actually. Yeah. So
it's
it is
3 hits each.
No, 3.
Yeah,
There's
all
there is
5.
no. Yep, so 3 in each.
All right, and it's AT6
Yep.
versus my front armor 4, so we'll go with this guy first.
Okay.
1 fails, 2 equals. So we got a pen and a possible bail.
No, bounced.
Oh,
86.
bounce.
Yep.
Oh, 86, yeah.
Yep. So I just need a 5 up to penetrate the 1.
Okay.
Nope, just
Bailed out, and then the next guy,
Possible
that's
bail.
a possible bail, the 2.
And bailed.
Okay, so double bailed there.
So 2 bailed.
Carnations are going to try to drop a bombardment right
Yeah.
there. There's the spotter.
Need a 5 because of terrain and a skilled observer.
All right,
First attempt.
second attempt. Got it.
Not bad.
So normally I'm hit on 4, so 5s.
5s. Nothing.
No, all right. All right, we've got 4 Hinds firing their missiles into my company commander who's out here in the open.
All right.
So let's see what we get. You just hit me on 4s.
2 hits.
All right, so we'll assign 1 here, and then I forget how you choose where the I think you choose
Do you want to
where
check
the
to
second
see?
one goes. Yeah, let's double check.
Okay.
All right, so he got a hit. He got a hit. I'm going to try to swap his hit to the Sergeant York. Can the Sergeant York valiantly jump in the way of that missile? Yes, he can. All right.
Okay.
And then just straight up firepower. You want to go
We'll go York
first?
first.
You
He's
got him.
destroyed.
And then this Bradley.
Bradley is destroyed.
Destroyed. Okay. Your Hinds came in hot.
You did.
Well, it looks like you got 3
3
shots at my company commander.
Yep. Let's see. Straight up 4s though. 1 hit.
Let's see that 1 for firepower.
That's right, because you can't bounce this with an 8, right?
No.
Oof.
Got him.
Finish it strong.
All right, so that one's blown up. That one's gone. And that guy dies. He's no longer bailed out.
But you
And,
can jump to the York though, right? There's a command takeover.
No, because the York's not in the formation.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So he can't jump. But that doesn't matter. At the end of your turn, you win because you hold this objective and you hold this objective. You started your turn on them and you ended your turn on them. So there you go. Congratulations, Mark.
Thank you. Yeah,
I'm not going to shake hands, but
Yeah, we'll do the COVID.
yeah, there you go. All right, well, let's go straight into the post-game show here.
Okay.
You got a little revenge for our last game.
Yeah, I'm glad that one wasn't filmed because it was uglier than this one, with me losing badly.
Yeah, but so how'd you think your army did? I mean, obviously you did well.
Yeah, I don't like to play hordes. I think a lot of people who know me, I can't play Soviet hordes. It's just so T-80s was a great one for me because I just don't want to play tons of models parked up. These feel more tactical. I do want to try the shock one. but then I'm not going to be able to get the Heinz in, and I probably won't get some other things.
What do you pay for one T-80 here in this list?
So I think it's 22 points for 3.
Oh, okay.
And I think it's 29 for the shock. Well, then your infantry are shock as well. So everything goes up exponentially.
Gotcha.
Granted, yeah, I mean, it could be fun, especially if being hit on 4s, skill tests on 3s, especially for blitzing. But I know I lose the Heinz. I think I have to downgrade the AA. But otherwise, and then of course my BMP2s, it'll be just one infantry unit.
One infantry unit. Yeah. Well, the BME P2s never even made it on
They didn't
the
make
board,
it up. No, but then again, you got a lot in reserve too. And Asapor, that only came on one time.
Yeah, and when they came on, it was kind of lackluster.
Yeah, yeah.
We were talking with Jake, you know, I got 7 hits on those BMP3s and only made 1 firepower, one 5-up firepower. Yep. So if they had been gone, I might have been able to hold here, but I lost here. I think I lost when I didn't realize your T-80s could get flank shots on here so fast when they came around that way. If they had survived, they could have acted as a mobile reserve. But nope, you identified these guys as probably the most dangerous thing on my list, and
you just
took them out.
You just didn't like my storms. You were
yeah,
so
I should have just brought them up
out
here so that they could still take the same shot, but had that as a flank to protect their flank.
Yeah, losing the Abrams was probably the big part of the game, I think.
Yeah, it's tough. And then maybe if I had kept the A-20s in reserve and started with the Mech platoon on the board, because originally I thought maybe Mech platoon over here.
Just at least to hold some terrain.
That would have, yeah, well, that would have kept your way a little bit further. But that's a tough one. If I put the A-10s in reserve, it's not till turn 3, 4, or whatever that you start even rolling for them.
Points.
Yeah. So as it was, they only came in once. If I put them in reserve, they never would have come on the board. So there you go. Yep. So that was my big mistake, I think, here. Once those guys were gone, I was just playing catch up.
Yeah.
And you did what any good Soviet player did, which is push the objectives regardless of losses, and just did what Soviets do best. All right, well, there you go, guys. That is our Team Yankee Battle Report. If you like this, let us know down in the comments below. How would you have done things differently? I know what I should have done differently, but we always like to hear from you guys. Also, you can check us out on Facebook at All Miniatures, Great and Small. If you like our Flames of War content, please check out our Patreon, where patrons can get access to a Flames of War Battle Report every month that's exclusive to them. So there you go, guys. Hope you enjoyed it, and keep on wargaming.